The serene quiet of a celebrity's private life, often meticulously guarded, is frequently shattered by the chilling, invasive reality of unwanted attention, a darkness that can quickly transform adoration into a terrifying obsession. For one of the world's most luminous stars, a figure synonymous with record-breaking tours and an unparalleled connection with her global fanbase, that very reality has escalated to an undeniably concerning degree, pushing the boundaries of personal safety into a perilous zone. Taylor Swift, whose life is typically a vibrant whirlwind of creative energy, sold-out stadiums, and chart-topping hits that resonate worldwide, has recently been compelled to take drastic, absolutely necessary legal measures to secure her personal sanctuary, her very existence. She has officially filed a temporary restraining order against an individual whose persistent, increasingly bold, and deeply delusional actions have cast a long, unsettling shadow of profound fear over not only her own well-being, but also the safety and peace of her entire family. Imagine, for a moment, living under the relentless, insidious threat of someone who genuinely believes they share a fabricated, twisted reality with you, appearing uninvited at your private doorstep, meticulously constructing a disturbing narrative that exists solely within the confines of their own fractured mind. How far, truly, would you be forced to go to protect your sanctuary, your home, your family, from such an unseen, yet ever-present menace? If you are captivated by the unseen challenges, the terrifying risks, and the extraordinary protective measures consistently undertaken by global icons to maintain even a semblance of personal security in a world obsessed with them, then hit that subscribe button right now, because the chilling details of this story reveal a deeply unsettling and profoundly concerning pattern that continues to unfold, leaving many questioning the true cost of fame. The specific individual at the center of this disturbing legal action is Brian Jason Wagner, a Colorado resident whom Swift alleges has repeatedly, brazenly, and without invitation appeared at her secluded Los Angeles home over the course of the last year. In a compelling legal declaration meticulously obtained by E! News, Swift explicitly and unequivocally stated her genuine, profound fear for the immediate safety of herself and her closest loved ones. Her carefully chosen words within that declaration painted a stark, unnerving portrait of Wagner's severely distorted perceptions, revealing a complete and utter detachment from shared reality. She affirmed, with chilling clarity, that Mr. Wagner made various statements about living on my property, not true. Being in a relationship with me, not true. Believing I am the mother of his son, not true, and needing to see me in person, all of which are untrue and disconnected from reality. These profoundly chilling assertions, laid bare in legal documents, serve as undeniable evidence of an individual whose internal world has tragically transformed a public figure's life into a disturbing, all-consuming fantasy, a dangerous delusion for one person. Swift's declaration painstakingly detailed the precise timeline of Wagner's unnerving visits, indicating, with alarming precision, that his concerning and intrusive behavior commenced in early 2024. He first materialized at her sprawling Los Angeles residence during that year, only to return to the private property not once, but several times throughout July of that very same year, demonstrating a relentless and escalating pattern of intrusion. Adding significantly to the already grave nature of the situation, Swift specifically noted a truly alarming detail. On at least one of the occasions in July 2024, Mr. Wagner was carrying a glass bottle that could have been used as a weapon. The insidious presence of a potential weapon during these unwelcome, unauthorized visits undeniably and immediately escalated the perceived threat from mere annoyance to genuine danger, transforming an unsettling intrusion into a truly alarming incident that absolutely demanded immediate, decisive attention and robust protective measures, underscoring the sinister undertones of his persistent presence. The persistent intrusions, remarkably, did not cease. Wagner, she alleged with deep concern in her declaration, once again visited Swift's Los Angeles residence just last month, demonstrating an unnerving consistency in his unwanted appearances. During this most recent encounter, he reportedly presented a flimsy, transparent excuse, claiming he was there merely checking on a friend, a statement that Swift emphatically and unequivocally declared was entirely untrue. The sheer audacity of such a thinly veiled false pretense, coupled with the relentless, recurring nature of his unauthorized appearances at her private property, underscored the deepening and pervasive concern for both her dedicated security team and for Swift herself, starkly highlighting the persistent, deceptive, and increasingly bold nature of his relentless attempts to gain illegitimate access to her life. This repeated, chilling pattern of unauthorized visits, each time accompanied by a transparently flimsy excuse, solidified the undeniable and urgent need for formal, uncompromising legal intervention to secure her safety. Swift, who is publicly and prominently linked to Travis Kelce, further illuminated the extent of the threat by detailing the extensive and thorough background check her highly competent security team conducted on Wagner. This exhaustive investigation yielded deeply troubling and profoundly disturbing information. He had a documented history of incarceration, indicating a prior entanglement with the justice system, and, even more chillingly, he had previously written a series of disturbing letters to Swift while he was serving time in prison. These letters, she stated in her declaration, delved into explicit and disturbing details about his infatuation with me, a romantic relationship with me, which does not exist, and other completely fabricated stories about his involvement in my personal life. The revelations unearthed from his unsettling past, combined with the escalating nature of his recent actions, painted a clear, stark picture of an individual consumed by a long-standing, insidious, and deeply obsessive delusion, which dramatically escalated the perceived threat level to a critical point. The unnerving revelations uncovered during the extensive background check extended far beyond his unsettling correspondence. Her diligent security team also unearthed the chilling fact that Wagner had allegedly managed to somehow, inexplicably, update his official driver's license with her own highly protected Los Angeles address, a truly chilling and egregious breach of personal privacy that suggested an advanced and deeply disturbing level of obsession, coupled with an alarming ability to manipulate sensitive personal information. Furthermore, he had barraged her dedicated staff with hundreds of threatening emails, demonstrating a consistent and aggressive pattern of communication that left no doubt about his hostile intentions. In a particularly alarming and calculated act of intrusion, he had also attempted to divert her own private mail to his personal place of residence, a meticulously planned act of calculated intrusion that aimed to intersect directly and intimately with her personal life, eroding her boundaries further. Swift continued, her voice resonating with deep concern in her declaration, emphasizing that Wagner's most recent, intrusive visits to her home in May had significantly exacerbated the already dire and precarious situation, pushing it to an even more critical juncture. She unequivocally stated, with resolute clarity, "I have no relationship with Mr. Wagner, and I have never met nor communicated with him," forcefully denying any personal connection. She then articulated, with stark honesty, the immediacy and intensity of her fear, adding, "The fact that both of these recent visits and Mr. Wagner's inappropriate and threatening communications to my staff about me have escalated in recent weeks creates a fear of imminent harm." This direct, unvarnished statement of fear powerfully underscored the extreme severity and escalating nature of the situation, highlighting that the threat felt increasingly pressing, undeniably dangerous, and absolutely necessitated swift, uncompromising, and decisive legal action to safeguard her fundamental well-being and peace of mind. In direct response to her compelling and urgent declaration, Swift was rightfully granted a temporary restraining order in Los Angeles, a crucial legal measure designed to provide immediate protection. This stringent legal measure will explicitly and unequivocally bar Wagner from approaching her private home, her various places of work, and her personal vehicles, creating a necessary legal barrier. News has, as part of their due diligence, attempted to reach an attorney representing Wagner for a comment regarding the restraining order, but has, as of now, not yet received any response. This specific legal action, while undeniably necessary and a step towards security, marks just the latest instance where such extreme and protective measures have had to be taken against an alleged stalker of Swift, underscoring a persistent, deeply troubling, and concerning pattern of obsessive behavior repeatedly directed towards her, revealing a vulnerability that even immense fame cannot shield her from. This unsettling pattern of obsessive and intrusive behavior extends far beyond domestic incidents within the United States. During her monumental Global Eras tour in 2024, a deeply unsettling incident occurred when a man was arrested outside of her July 17th concert in Germany. The individual, whose name was not publicly identified for security reasons, had, remarkably, managed to purchase a ticket for the highly anticipated show, authorities confirmed, and was subsequently apprehended upon his attempted entry into the bustling venue, preventing any potential threat. Local police, speaking to the Associated Press at the time, confirmed that they were acting on specific, actionable tips meticulously provided by the organizers of the event, indicating that sophisticated security protocols were already in place to identify and neutralize potential threats proactively. He was then kept detained until Swift had safely and securely left the city, ensuring that no potential interaction or escalation could occur, highlighting the constant vigilance required. In recent months, as Swift has masterfully balanced her demanding, globe-trotting career with her burgeoning personal life, she has been photographed spending precious time in Florida with Travis Kelce as he meticulously prepares for the rigorous demands of the upcoming NFL season. She has also been seen enjoying moments in New York City. However, the singer has consistently and openly addressed her conscious, strategic decision to never remain in the same place for too long, a direct and sobering consequence of her ongoing and pervasive security concerns. She candidly discussed this deeply personal and protective strategy in a revealing 2019 interview with CBS Mornings, stating, "I try not to ever really say where I am the most because since all my addresses are on the internet, people tend to show up uninvited, like, dudes that think we have an imaginary marriage." She then added a truly unsettling detail, admitting to keeping wound dressing with her, explaining the chilling reason. "Yeah, I've had a lot of stalkers show up to the house armed, so we have to think that way." These profoundly sobering insights reveal the relentless vigilance, the emotional toll, and the extraordinary personal sacrifices required to maintain even a fragile semblance of safety and normalcy in the face of such relentless, dangerous, and deeply delusional attention, a burden few can truly comprehend. As this complex, deeply unsettling story of security breaches, pervasive obsession, and the relentless fight for personal space and peace continues to unravel, revealing layer after layer of the unseen realities of celebrity life. Remember to hit that subscribe button to stay completely up to date with all the latest developments and insights into the lives of your favorite public figures, understanding the hidden costs of their extraordinary fame.